Everybody, making a quick video to go over the Trail by Trail app, show you the layout and what some buttons do. Starting up here at the top, this is considered the stats bar, and it'll give you your heading, your speed, and your current trail that you're riding on. The first button here on the gear icon opens up a customization of stats to where you can enable elevation, distance, current trail, top speed, top elevation, and then you can also change the decimal points, the units, and you can also change where the order is. So if I want current trail to be first, I'll turn elevation distance off and hit save. It'll reorganize to where now my heading's dead center, my speed's to the right, and current trail is on the left. This is a reset stats button, and then the eyeball here will actually hide the stats bar if you don't want the stats bar at all. On the bottom left, this is considered the main menu. When opening the main menu, you have quick and then settings, and this will jump between two different menu sets. Starting with quick, we have nearby, and nearby will bring up points of interest that are near your location as the crow flies, and you can increase and decrease the radius, which will give you more or less waypoints nearby. And you can also sort them up here at the top by food, fuel, parts recovery, lodging, camping, stores, points and places of interest. And then you can also click on the route option, which will then route you to that location. Closing out of that, going back into the menu, you also have base maps. So you can cycle through the base maps here, and they will give you different background options. This is currently in online mode only. I'm working on a downloader that will allow you to download these base maps for offline use. Then you also have my waypoints. I currently don't have any waypoints set. To create a waypoint, you just press and hold on the map, click create waypoint. You can enter a name, so I'll put point 1. Then you can set a category. So if you want to create your own categories, I can do food, set the color, and hit save. And now I have my own waypoint. And if I go into my waypoints, it'll show it here. And you can disable and enable them depending on the category you set. So if I create another waypoint here, I'll call this 1.2, and I make the category gas, and I'll make it purple. Hit save. So now I have point 1 and point 2. And if I go in my waypoints, I can just show the food waypoints I created, or I can show the gas waypoints I created. Going back into waypoints, I can do all, and it'll show all the waypoints. Inside of my waypoints, you can also edit the waypoint. So if you need to change the name, the color, the category, so I'll change this one to food also, make it yellow. Hit done on that, and we'll make this one food. That's already on food. We'll make this one yellow, and then press done. And now both waypoints are yellow. You can also delete your waypoints. It'll take them away. Back to the menu. Also have a help option here, which goes over the different features and functionality of the app. And as the app updates and changes, this will as well. So always come back and check. Back into the main menu, I'll go to the settings tab. Trackbacks is currently just one trackback on here, but this will be where you'll be able to switch from West Virginia to Tennessee to out west, any other different trackbacks that come pre-built into the app. Route tuning, I'm going to make a dedicated video on this, but just off the top real quick, this is where you enable and disable trail colors. So if you want to ride black and red trails, you just enable those, hit save and apply, and then you also have preference settings over here on the right. And like I said, I'll make a dedicated video on this because this can be a little complex on what everything does. But I'll just hit save and apply. Then you also have GPS settings. So the app does use high high frequency GPS, so it's updates very fast, and on tablets that are cheaper tablets, that can kill the battery. So if you're noticing battery drainage pretty fast, um, you can change some of the settings in here. So, and I also have a helper bar here at the top that kind of demonstrates whether or not it's going to hurt your battery. But starting right here, um, marker size, this will change the size of your icon. Halo color, this is the underglow color of the side-by-side for your marker. Marker update speed, so this one here, the higher you have this, the faster it refreshes, the more battery it'll use, and it'll show up here at the top. And then you can turn it all the way down, less battery, less refresh time. Trail snap, this is where it will keep you on the trail. So if you're noticing as you're driving, it's kind of keeping you on the trail more than breaking off to another trail, you can turn this down or off, and it'll make it more of a raw GPS, and it won't snap you to the trail. Keep GPS awake in the background. If you're using multiple apps switching back and forth, and you don't want it to use your location while you have the app closed, you can turn that off. And down here at the bottom, you can always restore the defaults or reset the preset. So if I reset the preset here, it'll take everything back to the way it was. And I also have some quick options up here. So battery saver, balanced, fast, that you can quick select from. You just hit save and apply. Back into the setting menus, I also have about, which will show your subscription status, the Bible verse for your ride, different Facebook groups that support the app and have been a big help, some of the free open source licenses, and then also special thanks to the people that's helped with the app. Also have a update link that'll take you right to the App Store to update it or to check if there's any updates. Off to the right where this arrow is, if you click this, this is your quick buttons. We call them fabs. So this is your menu fab. The bottom one here will enable and disable waypoints. This option right here will keep the map always north. This option here will follow your heading, so the map will rotate. The square here will zoom you out and show you the entire map. This option here will search for a waypoint. So if we want to search for the hot dog stand, it'll take us right to the hot dog stand. I'm actually sitting at the hot dog stand right now, so I'll do another one. We'll do Ziggy's. If I turn on my waypoints, zoom in just a little bit, you can see now we're looking at Ziggy's. The next button up is your route options. You can select my location, which when my location is highlighted, it's your location to the waypoint you want to go to, or start waypoint. And this is when you're not out on the trails and you just kind of want to see what it looks like from one waypoint to the next. But for this, I'll start with my waypoint and I'll put Ziggy. And then I can hit preview route. And on preview route, you can see here it's going to show the route, which is highlighted, and it'll show you the colors. And then also on the left, it'll show you the distance of the route. So it's 14.7 miles from my current location. I can clear, I can start, close out, and then it'll also give you trail by trail directions to how to get there. So if I want to go ahead and start the navigation, I can click start, zoom into my location, start follow, and obviously here I have to turn around and start heading back. On the top right, it'll tell you also the next turn you have to take, and then at the bottom it'll tell you to what waypoint you're headed to. So I need to get off 16, jump onto 18, and we're headed to Ziggy's. You also see the red button at the top. This will stop your route altogether. So that's just a quick rundown overview of the app. This update is currently being reviewed and should be pushed in the next day or so. If you have any comments or questions, join the Facebook group. Look for the Trail by Trail app. It's Trail X Trail app on Facebook. And any questions you have, feel free to ask them inside of the group. Thanks, everybody.